Welcome, everyone. I'm Ivy Rivera. I'm a psychic medium, a Taino Airwalk, and this is Coffee with Your Angels. This is a show that you guys voted in for my 2026 show lineup. You gave it a ton of amazing engagement for weeks and weeks on end, and I so appreciate that. And this is the first show that we're doing in 2026 for it. So Coffee with Your Angels is an opportunity for you to hear from the two angels that are appointed to you at birth. That's your protector angel and your guardian angel. And they're going to come through with a healing message for you. You also have the opportunity to ask a question. So if you have a specific area in your life that needs healing, you can go ahead and post it as a question. You're going to drop your $10 donation, and Diana, my beautiful producer, is going to be taking your questions or your payment and your names from Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And if you want to shift over here to YouTube at AskIvy the Medium, you'll see your name pop up on the screen. That means that you're next. We have also, because these shows have gotten so big, I'm doing, 3, sometimes more a week. And you guys have been absolutely amazing. But there's been such an overload of people that my producers are now posting little timestamps in the comment section, again, here on YouTube at AskIvy the Medium. So if you go here in the comment section, you can see when your reading was. A lot of people like to just watch the playback, and, they can't be here for the whole show, but they want to come back and watch later. So that's also an option. Only on YouTube, of course. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Who do we have first? And bear with us, because again, this is the first show we're running on this. So Diana and I are still working out the kinks. Edgar Velardes. Okay, so there's not a specific question. We're just going to give a healing message. What healing message? Edgar Velardes, what healing message do you guys have for him? Keep your nose in your own business. Keep your chin up, your eyes forward, and your shoulders back. Okay, keep your nose in your own business means that for the next couple weeks, the most healing thing that you can do for yourself is to mind your own business. That one basically speaks for itself. Clearly coming from your guardian angel, who watches over your mental and emotional well-being. Okay, clearly. Keep your nose in your own business. This means don't linger. A lot of people are gossiping, don't, if you're the kind of person to kind of feed it, or maybe you start occasionally some gossip or you say things, it's not necessarily a massive red flag here, but the most healing thing that you can do is to stay in your own energy. That can also mean that people are going to be presenting opportunities for you to get tied up in things that simply are not for you right now. This could also involve other people where you tend to lean in too much to their energy, not even recognizing that you're doing so, giving them too much attention, paying too much, giving them too much mind is how the old timers would say. You're giving them too much mind. Okay. And that's a perfect saying, because it all comes down to energy, and energy is coming from the way we think. And people like to think that they have healthy boundaries in place if they're not talking to someone too much, or they're not taking action towards someone too much, or they're not responding to someone too much. No. It's in the mind. So when the old timers would say you're paying it too much mind, you're paying them too much mind. It's about where your head is going. Okay, where your attention is going. And so keep your nose in your own business, okay, for the next couple weeks. I also feel like keep your chin up, your eyes forward, and your shoulders back is about confidence. So I'm not necessarily feeling like you're going to be taking some hits to your confidence. I just feel like you could become your own worst enemy sometimes, and you can think things and say things to yourself that aren't the most highest vibration. Okay, so it's almost like you're reparenting yourself in the next couple weeks, and you're reminding yourself periodically throughout the day, eyes forward, chin up, shoulders back, I am confident. It's almost also like I'm saying it with my chest. I'm doing it with my chest. I'm confident in my position, and I will not be rattled, including by my own self. Hello, Esmeralda Marie. Hello. Okay, do you want to join us? Pull this chair over for her so she can be part of the show. She probably won't, though. She'll just keep screaming the whole time we do this to get attention. Let's move on to another one. Who do we have next? CJG. CJG. What healing message do you guys have for CJG? Maybe you're feeling a little lonely. As he agrees. Okay, maybe you're feeling a little lonely. It's Valentine's Day. Because what's today? It's like, it's right here. Like I could touch it. It's in the next, would you stop? That hurts. It's in the next couple days. Okay. So in the next couple days, you could find yourself in a position where you're feeling like you're not fully understanding that this is a time for you to be more affectionate with yourself. I think that on Valentine's Day, even the day before, the day after, you should date yourself. You should treat yourself to something lovely. You should maybe take yourself out or get yourself a nice dinner that you could eat in, get a nice bottle of wine, get yourself some chocolates, get yourself, I was going to say gift certificate. I guess you don't need a gift certificate. Make an appointment at the spa. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I'm going to buy myself a massage. I am going to buy myself a handbag. I'm going to treat myself to something I've been wanting but postponing. I think that it's an important time for you to understand that while your angels are actually getting it for you and you're being supported by the universe in this, things may be given to you, offered to you, or suggested to you. It is ultimately you loving yourself, dating yourself, romanticizing your life, and being pretty strict on eliminating any type of negative mentality in regards to what I don't have, where my losses lie. I'm missing maybe the type of lover I wish I could have. This is an opportunity for you to say, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not playing that game anymore. And it is a sick, twisted game put on you by society. It is useless. It is inaccurate at the core. Okay. That you need some type of like romantic love, and that your life would be better with it. I assure you it wouldn't. Okay. Especially at this time, you are exactly where you need to be, and you need to love on yourself. Okay. And they're going to be helping you with that. We're going to move on to another one. This is Mackenzie Mooser. Mackenzie Mooser. What healing message do you have for Mackenzie? I see you walking away from something. It's almost like you're walking away from your past. It's as though you're walking away from where you have chosen to be for so long. I think we're talking from like childhood or puberty or the teenage years. You may have been putting yourself in a position where you were accepting less, accepting crumbs, hoping, waiting, praying for, needing more, overreaching. This is in some situations, but this is mostly in regards to relationships. And this could specifically also be romantic relationships, where you have decided that it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of like patience or holding space, or, well, relationships are difficult. Isn't there supposed to be sacrifice? No, they aren't. No, they aren't. They are only if you have decided to reduce your standards and you're tolerating a bunch of trash that you shouldn't be tolerating. They're not that hard, because when you are dealing with another human being, they're either ready and you're at a similar level, or they're not. And you either know that you need to, cut your losses and go, or you decide to sort of sell yourself short and pick up those crumbs and stay and make your life difficult to hold space, to hope for more, to wait it out. That's what you're leaving behind, I think, here. And this is really huge. This is about you officially. I heard officially, like officially her name, or like officially Mackenzie or something. It's almost like you are actually coming out at this time and you are saying like, my light is on. I am ready to play. I am ready to interact, but I'm coming from a higher vibrational place, a position of power. And, you can come near me with an offer that is reasonable, but it is not negotiable, that I will be reducing. So if you can't come with something significant, don't come here at all. Now, that boundary being set is key. All you have to do now is hold the line. and not reduce yourself, because you will get clowns who want to come and be like, well, I'm going to offer you a crumb, but don't you want the crumb? Just to offend you. Like, they're not even serious. They wouldn't even let you have that crumb. They're just trying to offend you. So be careful for tests coming in that could potentially distract you, pull your energy down, your attention down, okay, and over. I think you're doing great. Leave it behind where it belongs, in the past. CJG121 says, thank you. You are so welcome, CJG. Enjoy yourself. We have another one here for Anna Pekka. Anna Pekka. What healing message do you guys have for Anna Pekka? Hear the sound of the ocean. Hear the sound of the ocean. Now, you may be planning a trip. If you are planning on going somewhere, well, by water, okay, any type of water will do. If you're planning on taking a trip, this would be the right time to get it like booked, essentially. If you are hoping to get closer to water, even a body of water near you, this would definitely be the time to go. This doesn't have to be anything elaborate. If you are wanting to hear more, feel more connected to the water, meaning cleansing in your life, meaning reduction of heightened emotions, this is an opportunity for you to leave the old behind, right? This symbol of water is about connecting also with your higher mind, with the universe, with the spirit world, and receiving the healing water can bring. So it's not only cleansing, it's also uplifting, it's rejuvenating, right? It is something you could do if you can't get to water, even like listening to YouTube sounds of the water, sounds of the ocean, getting a little, like they make these little Buddha, they often have like a crystal ball in them. You may want to get like a pink rose quartz, I think it's called, right? Yes. Where like the water runs through it. It's running like a little fountain, but you can have it on your desk at work. You can have another one on your bedside. You could have them all over the place, but you need to be near water right now. All right. And that's going to be the most healing thing that you could do for yourself to stay in alignment with the healing energy that the universe is trying to send you. I'm hearing from your angels, we're trying to get you to a higher vibrational place where you're not maybe as sad and heavy or distracted or double-minded. So it's cleansing out the things that have not worked and also accepting the things that won't become a reality. Maybe you're letting go of some idealism. And that is most certainly a grieving process. So you're being supported in all of that. Next up is Melissa Subia. Healing message from Melissa Subia. Also, you guys, this is unlimited, so you can ask as many questions or get as many healing messages as you want at this time. Melissa Subia. Melissa, what healing message is coming through for you? For Melissa, what do you guys have for her? Yep, there goes the jaw pop. I don't know if you guys could hear that. I knew it. So the second you've got both angels coming in here, which is a protector angel watching over your well-being, your safety, your security, your body. You got your guardian angel who watches over your mental and emotional well-being. Okay. Both of them coming toward you. They've been keeping an eye on you pretty tight for like 9 months to a year and 2 months. Like they were in and out for a little while and then they were here consistently on a daily basis. That's not normal for angel activity. Okay. They don't typically need to be in that close unless something's going on. Something has been going on with you where you have had, and we don't have to go back there. We don't have time today. You've had a lot of change, to say the least. It has required a tremendous amount of endurance from you. It has also required a tremendous amount of self-control, in particular with your emotions and strategy. Strategy is nothing if you cannot control your emotions, your mind, your behaviors. It starts there. And that was a lot of reconstruction for you. That was a lot of revisitation of old issues. That was a lot of detoxing and reprogramming yourself. Maybe you did seek out therapy. Maybe you did seek out other tools, people who could help you and assist you in picking up the tools. And I think now this is a time for you to, with the cracking of the jaw, be very proactive in reducing your stress. Holy shit. And then my right ear, like I'm going deaf in the right ear. Okay. All right. Your psychic ability is activating. Grandmothers used to say, when the left ear rings, right? Left for love, right for spite. That was fairly accurate. It's the left ear ringing for mediumship. My grandmother would say, pick up the phone. Who's calling you? What spirit is calling you, right? So left ear is mediumship. But for you now and into the upcoming few weeks, you're going to be getting a lot of right ear ringing, which is your psychic ability. Is it spite, like the grandmother said? Not necessarily. However, in your case, I do feel like some of this could be warnings. This is preventative. When the right ear rings, it's our body, our nervous system, our higher mind, our gut instinct, right? It's our way of saying, pull back. Keep your cards close to your vest. This may be a great time for detachment. This is about observation, not absorption. Okay. And I'm not going to fall into anything that's about to happen here. I'm going to stay back. I'm going to watch it from a safe distance. That's going to be really important for you for a while, because some of these people and situations that are coming up are like tests. They're like triggers. And it's all about, will you hold the line and continue to use the tools that you've been picking up for the last year or so in stress reduction, or will you be like grinding your teeth? Will your jaw be popping? We'll be talking like headaches and TMJ stuff, and I can't prescribe or diagnose. And, you are feeling essentially low level energy, no energy at all, almost exhausted, irritable, you drained, and you don't know why. Okay. And you're also talking nasty to yourself. So be careful that you're not falling for these negative energies coming in to cause you stress. This is physical, mental, energetic, emotional, no doubt about it. All right, thank you. We're going to move on to another one. As soon as I say a name out loud, you could take it right down, Diana, and you could pop up the next one. So we're going to do this just like a rapid fire so we can get to everybody tonight. Thank you. Missy Calvillo is the next one. Missy Calvillo. What message do you have for Missy? Okay. It's almost like you're running a race. It's like you're running a marathon. It's like, I want to go, 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 go. And then you're like, I want to stop. I want to lay down. I want to take a rest. And it just keeps spinning. It reminds me of like a hamster wheel, when the hamster flips and then like shoots out and they go and they get right back on it. I think that you've set up a situation for yourself, a lifestyle. You could say, if you're taking full ownership of it, a schedule, a calendar where you are almost at times spinning out of control. There is too much in this. Now, I don't necessarily feel as your guardian angel who watches over your mental and emotional well-being, I don't necessarily feel as your angel is stepping in here that this is entirely true in regards to actual activities. That means that you may have an overload of activities. Maybe you do need to reduce in some areas. Based on how well these things are paying you back out. Are they balanced? This is an opportunity for assessment on reimbursement. What's on the chop block? What needs to go? That's fine. That's true. That's valid. But also, why are you not shutting off your mind? Why in moments when you could get off the hamster wheel, why when you are tired or you do want to slow things down, are you not doing it on an energetic level, on a core level, okay? On a level that really causes for you to choose rest, be in ownership of your energy, be in ownership of what you entertain. Why are you just going along for the ride? Okay. Like that hamster that just keeps like spinning and spinning and spinning until it shoots out of the wheel, right? Why are you not deciding to say, no, I'm not going to entertain certain people, or no, I'm not going to entertain this on social media, or no, I'm not responding to this text or this email, or no to your own self. I'm not going to let my brain go there right now. I'm shutting my brain off. I'm going to rest. I'm going to relax. I had a friend who was a lot older than me who would sometimes say to me, as with 7 Gemini placements in my chart, it's like 1:00 in the morning. Like, don't you ever just shut your brain off? I've had several people actually say that to me in recent years. Don't you ever just shut your brain off? And I'm like, it is off. This is my off position. Okay. You should have seen me at 5 p.m. Okay. This is my off position. And I'm not necessarily worried about things. I'm just thinking, I'm processing, I'm looking at stuff, I'm examining, I'm studying, I'm retrieving. I am trying to understand all of these points of interest. And they have decided that at a certain time in the day, their brain is off and they don't allow themselves to think about anything. And I found that interesting, but I have some struggles in doing that for myself. So I have found other ways to sort of create that type of atmosphere that can help me. The outside things. I'm not paying attention to this. I'm not paying attention to that. I'm done working. I'm not responding to any more emails. I don't care that this just came in. I'm not even going to open it. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm not going to go back into that energy. That helps me to control my brain a little bit better. You may want to pick up on some of these tools, okay? Because it's inner and it's outer, and it is essentially too much. You're not spending enough time healing. And when you're not spending enough time in downtime, we can't rejuvenate our energy, okay? We have another one. This is an angel message for Mark, aka Nature Calls You. Mark, what healing message do you guys have for Mark? I see you putting a ring on your power out hand. This is your first finger, or I think they call it the pointer finger, I think. So this is you putting a ring on that finger. This is an opportunity for you to come into a greater position of power, to be recognized as someone that can take on more work, more power positions in general, can lead. I think that's all great. But at the root of this, and this is coming from your guardian angel who watches over your mental and emotional well-being, a little bit from your protector angel who's watching over your finances right now and your stress level and stuff like this, trying to make sure things don't get out of whack if you're dealing with change or transition here. But I do think ultimately the most important part of this message is that you're putting that ring on. So when we talk about the hands and when we talk about like rings in particular on the hands, the right hand is the power outside. Okay. You may also be receiving more messages from dad's side of the family, spirits that are coming through to give you messages and healing on dad's side of the family. This can also be the masculine side. Now, when we talk about the left side, we talk about mom's side of the family, we talk about the receiving side, okay? You are done being passive if the last 2 years have been a series of situations where you chose a more passive route. That's okay, but it's over. You are now moving into a greater power position, and you choosing to put the ring on the pointer finger on the right hand is the most powerful spot on the entire body. It is a decision that you're making. It's symbolic of you saying, I am now going out into the world and I'm demanding power. I am claiming and taking what is rightfully mine. I'm going to knock down some walls. I'm going to kick some doors in. I'm going to throw some elbows if need be, but it really isn't going to require that you even lace up those boxing gloves. It's more just like, I have made the decision energetically, therefore I own this space. I will be coming and taking control. And it's automatically going to happen. This is an extreme shift in consciousness, and this is a significant power move. You need to stick with it. It is destined, and they will be helping you, okay, along the way. An angel message for Mindy, aka Love and Beloved. Mindy, what do you guys have for Mindy? Whew. This is your protector angel straight away. I never really see them come in too close unless there's some physical stuff going on, or you're needing more protection around like your aura, your energy field, the physical body itself. Then you've also got your guardian angel stepping in here, is watching over your mental and emotional well-being. So both of them. This looks like a 6 to 7 month long process. And the last 5 months in particular, there may have been 5 separate episodes as well in the last 3 months, unless this is weeks. I'm doubting this is weeks. Take it out, resonates. I would say months. But it seems like there have been a bunch of episodes in a very short period of time. No matter how we chop this up, this is a brief period of time where you've taken some hits and you've had to do a lot of alchemy and you've had to do a lot of self-healing. So you've done physical healing, you've done mental and emotional healing, you've done self-healing. And I think at this point, you're a little bit tired. You are also maybe feeling a little bit sedated, okay? So you may have your days where you're like super cranky or whatever, irritable, rightfully so. I think you've behaved like a saint, but this is about you also understanding that you're becoming a little bit numb or sedated, or it's kind of like when the dopamine hits, when the alcohol hits, when the high settles in, you're like, woo. Okay. And maybe you are taking some drugs for all this. I mean, whatever. I can't prescribe or diagnose, but there is a lot of opportunity here in those moments where you're like a little loopy, a little detached, a little bit like everything's amazing. And you've come out of all of this trial and tribulation, and it's like, dang, that's exactly what you need right now. You need to linger in that as long as you can. This is where your angels are coming in, cleaning out the things in your energy field, including your body, that your protector angel needs to clean out so that you can be strengthened, rejuvenated. Okay. You can gear up for life, the next day. This is your guardian angel coming in and doing the same thing for you, but especially with your mind. Okay, yes, with your heart to a degree, but more with your mind. You're thinking differently. Okay, you are becoming more fierce. You're becoming more strategic. You are guarding your dreams. The sleep state is a huge time of battle for you. And you're trying to use, whether it be lucid dreaming techniques, astral travel, you're trying to use whatever power positions you have, okay, to make yourself a bit more, how do I say this? It's almost like I want to protect myself. It's like, I don't want you to have to do this. It's like you're pushing them away and you're saying like, I got it. You're like, I'm not a kid. I'm not a baby. I'm not a baby. But right now, everyone's treating you like you are their baby, and that's an okay position to be in. Soak it up, okay? Let it happen. But you are really very determined, and I think you'll hit this. You'll score in the upcoming months, especially at night in your sleep. Shutting off your brain, deciding to take the upper hand, and making sure that you're not like a victim to circumstance. I'm just going wherever the wind blows. No. You can control things even at night, okay? Even in your sleep. And they're assisting. Okay. You've done amazing. Okay. A lot of claps for you and celebration for you as well. I'm a mess tonight. What is going on? I should have checked things out before I started tonight. I don't really think I did. All right. Also, could you guys please give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment of any kind? It helps me out in the algorithm tremendously, and I would love to hear where you're tuning in from. So if you are going to drop a comment, the most appreciated comment is a testimonial, of course, on how any of this resonates with you, but also where you are tuning in from. Please do share this video. Also, I'm sure you have people in your life who desperately need a healing message right now. Times are hard. You can also purchase this, okay, on my website at any time, ivyriverapsychicmedium.com. So you can get a healing message, a spirit message, or book a reading. I do work internationally. So please like this video. Also subscribe. Yes, Ezzy, come on up here. Come on up. Thank you, Mama. Esmeralda, say hi. No. She'll show you her booty, though. That's been a theme today with her. All right, let's move on to the next one. Next one up is Maraid. Maraid, what healing message? What healing message do you guys have for Maraid? Don't feel like you have to give people too much is what I'm hearing. It's almost like you're doing some social stuff. This could also be work related, but don't feel like you need to do too much for people. If you start to feel a little bit like you want to pull back, so be it. You don't owe an explanation. You could find yourself in a period of time right now where you have a little bit of a tendency to self-sacrifice or worry what other people are thinking, or to overreach to try to control, to sort of, I want to hold them here. I want to keep them here. I want this relationship to stay, or I want it to keep growing, or I want to be seen as a team player, especially if we're talking work-related stuff. It's like, I don't want to get a poor evaluation. I want to be seen as a team player. I want this, that, and the other to work in my favor. And you're doing it through a series of control tactics that could very well be working against you. I feel this is a time for you to do the opposite. What your guardian angel is talking about here is you having more of an attitude of like, I am secure in who I am. I know what I bring to the table. I am bringing my A game. I am dotting my I's and crossing my T's. I am centered. I am rooted. I am grounded. It's the opposite of ego, which is fear, manipulation, and control. It's the opposite. It is, I am stable in my center. I am going at my own pace. You know, this level of security by choice is going to radiate out and actually conjure up more of the support you're looking for. And it's going to help you to be recognized as a power player. It's also going to allow you to receive the things that you want. Whereas coming from a place of ego, fear, manipulation, and control, overreaching, is actually pushing those things away. So I think a better way of saying this, or I don't know, maybe that was fine and you totally understood that, but I think maybe a better way of saying this is like, self-fulfilling prophecy. Don't do it. Okay? Pull back. You don't owe anybody anything either. Like, you don't owe anybody anything. And if you start getting into situations, or if you have been in situations where you have been overgiving mentally, energetically, literally, emotionally, they're going to expect that from you. You're going to get lowballed. You're going to get lowballed. Always. Okay? We're going to move on to a Cat Kelly. Cat Kelly, what healing message do you have for Cat Kelly? Again, for those of you tuning in a little bit late, this is Coffee with Your Angels. You can ask a question about any area in your life where you need healing, or you can just receive a healing message, whatever your angels feel is important for you to hear at this time, either one. And it is unlimited, so you can get as many of these as you want. All right, Cat Kelly, what healing message do you have for Cat? Don't bite off more than you could chew right now, and open your eyes. You need to remember that seeing the truth is not meant to be an offense against you. It's not a threat against you. It's not even necessarily about you. You have a tendency to see the world as you at the center. Understanding that is programming. You've been raised up to see it's me at the center, and everything else that goes on is rotating around me. Like, I'm the sun, everyone else is just here for me. Not exactly, not at all. A lot of the time, understand that a lot of things that are happening are occurring because other people are going through their own change. Other people are learning boundary setting, or not setting proper boundaries, or are manipulating and are crossing boundaries. Other people are dealing with karma, high, low, whatever they've earned. Other people are part of your system. It's not you at the center and them around you. It's all of us in the middle, right? Dealing with each other at any given time. And the sooner you recognize that, the more you disassociate yourself and can detach and not take things personally that are going on around you or with other people you're connected to. Okay. So that's where your guardian angel who watches over your mental and emotional well-being is saying, open your eyes, because you have a tendency to be like, I feel something happening over here. This is making me uncomfortable. Something is going on with them, or they're going to bring it over my way. And like, I don't want to look at it. And it's almost like chihuahua energy. It's like nervous energy. And it's like, why do you think that has anything to do with you? Why not just stand your ground and be like, I could look it straight in the face. I could look it right dead in the eyes. I can see this thing and be like, and what about it? What about it? Okay. It's almost like who cares type of an attitude. So you need to lean into that. I do think too, this is understanding that no one is an extension of you, not your family, not your children, not your dog, not your lovers. Like, no one is an extension of you. Okay. Nor is anyone feeling that you are an extension of them and that they are responsible to caretake over you. So cut the cords, cut the apron strings, all the things. Don't bite off more than you could chew. The original message that you got here today is exactly what it sounds like. Don't bite off more than you could chew. Right around this time, and this may have even started in the last 48 hours to 3 days, you could have been asked to take on things that simply are not for you to take on. Know the difference and know that No, N-O is a complete sentence, and walk away from it. And if they're affected by that in some way, if they have some type of feeling about it, if they want to, express that, that is also not an extension of you and not your problem. You said and stated clearly your position, and that is the end of the story as far as you're concerned. That's how you need to treat that. Shut off, okay, mentally and emotionally. Shauna Dempsey is up next. Shauna Dempsey, what healing message do you have for Shauna? You may be feeling like you're running a race with a crippled leg or a broken foot or a sprained ankle or something. It's almost like I got all dressed up. You almost look like this is symbolic, and this is coming from both of your angels here today, but I don't know why you're going to associate well with this. Take it how it resonates. But it's almost like you got dressed up. Like, how drag queens get dressed up and they've got the feather. Oh, what are they called? I don't know. Cobra. I don't know, whatever. It's like, I've got this whole feathered scarf on. I'm done to the nines. I've got my, long dangly earrings. I got my wig, my hair's up. It's like stomach in, tits up. It's like, I am here. Amazing. Everything perfect. High heels. And then you try to walk in these heels. You freaking break your ankle. You're like, I can't walk in these things. I can't even, have any fun in these shoes. These shoes are ruining everything for me. Because it's unrealistic, right? Everything else has a vibe that's working, but the shoes are deadly. And I think what's happening here is that you have made some decisions in the past that have put you in a position where you're kind of feeling like you're walking on stilts. You've got everything else figured out. You're looking good. Okay. You're amazing. You're bringing your energy. You're bringing your A game. People are responding to it, but you feel like you're working with a broken leg. You feel like you're working with the wrong shoes. This is also symbolic of having outgrown your shoes. And I think there are some aspects of yourself. Let's talk about maturity here, because none of these drag queens would look any less amazing if they were to wear some flats. Okay. If anything, it would catch attention. Why are they wearing nothing? Why are they barefoot? Why are they wearing flats? You know what I mean? Like, it's almost revolutionary in that it's like, I'm going to claim my security. I'm going to claim my comfort. I'm not going to wreck my feet and my back for this. I am sick and tired of like bending my ankle or spraining my ankle because of these shoes. I can't run as fast as I could without them. And you want to be seen. So this is also happening with your left foot, which is symbolic of circumstances holding you back, issues from the past, things you've already previously invested in. So what can be done about this? I think ultimately what we're looking at here is an opportunity for you to say, these shoes no longer fit. I have outgrown them. The old me is gone. I am moving into a more mature state of mind. I want to be seen. I want to be flamboyant. I want people to recognize me. I want to love. I want to be loved. I want to dance. I want to celebrate. I want to sing, right? I want the spotlight on me. I want it. I'm going to admit that I want it, but these shoes have got to go. You're letting go. Yeah, you're letting go of old aspects of yourself. You're also not waiting on someone else to give you permission, because this idea of shifting from heels to, for a woman, any woman tuning in, or, if we have any drag queens here, you understand what this is. This is an act of rebellion to get out of those heels. This is a difficult transition. Okay. Especially if you're used to wearing them. It makes you feel smaller. Also, it's power to be up in the heels, and it makes you feel smaller. But what's ironic about this is, by getting smaller and shrinking in some areas that are no longer working for you, you're actually going to be bigger out in the world. Okay. So this is a bit of a power grab, a shift in power, but it has to do with your mentality. What's old? Okay. It's time to mature. All right. Let go. We're going to move on to Tanya Rivera. Another Rivera. Tanya Rivera. Tanya, what healing message do you guys have for Tanya? Don't look behind you. What's back there? I guess let's just not look back there. Okay. Don't look behind you, and put on your red lipstick and watch your mouth. Like, your words are significant right now. Your words are your contract. Your words are your reputation. Your words are like a handshake. Your words are your guarantee. Okay, I see. Your words are connected to your character and your integrity. Your words are your integrity. Okay. Watch out for agreements. Agreements. Okay. Don't look behind you. Put on the red lipstick. All right, let's look at this. So, in the recent past, I would say the last 3 weeks, you have been told to stop looking behind you. Who was I? Where are my past obligations? Where have I come from? Old ways of thinking. I'm hearing stinking thinking. I'm also hearing like double-mindedness, any ways that you have chosen to sort of go backward, backpedal, come up with excuses. Well, I can't do this because, or what if this happens, or I'm worried about this, the old ways, the old systems. Okay. It feels like you need to be breaking out of those. So it's like, don't look behind you. It's almost a Sodom and Gomorrah reference here, which is a biblical story about like the town behind them moving on and the only people who made it out. Okay, because God like burned everything down. The only people who made it out were the people who did not look behind them, or else they turned to ash. So this is quick movement forward. My past is in my past. Don't even care. I'm not looking in the rearview mirror, period, point blank. Now, this is the red lipstick reference here. We got your guardian angel talking about, put on your red lipstick. This is about speaking from a position of power. I have shown up because I'm in entertainment, I show up to gigs that people hire me for. And if I don't look a particular way, they will say, we expected you to look this way. And they're basically telling me like, if you could go fix yourself and come back out looking like this. And often what they'll say to me, because I didn't realize I was like a character performing, you know what I mean? But often what they'll say to me is, where's your red lipstick? So they have somehow started to associate me and the power of my words with red lipstick. Now I love my red lipstick, but not every time I'm working. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I just want to be me. Well, apparently there's no room for that in entertainment, right? So I have learned, and this symbol of putting on the red lipstick is speaking from a position of power. When we talk about paint the front door red, or we talk about feng shui, when we talk about whoever wears the red lipstick, the red shoes, the red tie to an interview gets the job. We're talking about power out, power in your words, but you have to be deliberate. You're being tested for the next ballpark 2 months. You're putting on the red lips. You want to go out into the world. You want to talk like a power player. You better be ready to walk the walk. You better be ready when tested to hold to that handshake, that level of integrity that's being expected of you. Okay, so you can't be like, oh, I was too busy looking in my rearview mirror. I got stuck in old patterns. I became double-minded. I went backward in my life for a couple weeks, and now I don't have the energy, the power, the strength to show up as I was supposed to, as I agreed to. And people are going to be like, we won't be renegotiating that contract. Just be careful with this. All right, let's move on to another one. Lynette Walker. Lynette Walker, what healing message do you have for Lynette? You may have some things coming back from your past. This could be children. This could be children that were sent back. These could be, children in spirit, or even your own, how do I want to say this? Inner child. Okay, woundedness, things that haven't gone through the full shadow work process yet. Now, when I talk about shadow work, I'm talking about you deliberately making the decision to do healing work, on yourself, with your higher mind in regards to, this could be past life wounds. This could also be, though, in this life for you, childhood wounds. This could be disappointments. This could be structural systems that took away from you, that have programmed you in negative ways. This could be breaking generational curses, all the things that go way back that are holding you back. You need to heal and do more work with your inner child here for a while, because it dictates, and I have your protector guide coming in here, it dictates where your money goes. It dictates where your future relationships are going. It dictates the next 5 years as you sort of transition out of some old energy into some new. And maybe even 7 years. We'll see. But anyways, there is this big deal. okay, in regards to you being willing to stop and take the time. Now, you have said repeatedly, I realize I need to do some healing in this area, or I've watched other people do it, or I can even advise other people through it. You know, I can talk the talk. I can look at situations and say that'll preach. I'm going to give this out. But that's all observation. That doesn't equate to the work being done for you, by you. Okay. And this is going to come up in your dreams. Your guardian angel will be there helping and guiding you through that. This will come up through odd things other people say to you. People have been saying things that are very synchronistic, or it's like, what did you just say? That's weird to hear that phrase. Somebody just said that to me. This guy just said this to me yesterday or earlier today. I've never even heard that phrase. Why are all these synchronicities happening? You're kind of in it. You're in the fire of it, right? You're going to be a phoenix rising from the ashes, but make sure you do the work. It's not for everyone else to do. It's not for you to intellectualize. Okay. It's for you to feel. All right. We're going to move on to another one. And again, Diana, you can pop up the next name. As soon as I say a name out loud, you can pop up the next name, whoever. Thank you. Coffee with Your Angels, a general reading for Jessica. Jessica is next. Jessica, what healing message is coming in for Jessica? I feel like you've taken on a lot. It feels heavy on the back. It feels like back pain. I can't prescribe or diagnose, or you may feel like you have a monkey on your back in some way. This is your guardian angel coming in here to talk about a couple different things. Your protector angel also talking about staying hydrated. Again, I can't prescribe or diagnose, but the kidneys, the liver, the organs, the pancreas, the organs, making sure that the filtration systems are properly operating and that you are putting the right amount of nutrients and fluid in there, that you're not excessively overdoing any one thing. That we are paying more attention to how your systems run and operate, and when they're not operating at their best. Also, your energy levels. So what is happening with the energy levels? You seem to be going from pretty good to a drop to like, I'm anxious. Pretty good to a drop to I'm anxious, I'm jittery. It's like, what is happening here with all of this? You are essentially in a period of time where you need to pay attention. I'm going to suggest my empathic awareness class as well. The new one isn't up. We just ran it last night, but it teaches you about energy maintenance. You are taking in other people's energy. Energy absorption is something empaths do. But you need to be blocking. You need to be cleansing. You need to be rooted and grounded. You need to dictate how you deal with other people's energy. If you deal with other people's energy, certainly not just taking it in and letting it consume you, run you around. You are becoming increasingly aware of other people's feelings, emotions, physical ailments. Again, taking some of that in. You could also be dealing with some anxiety. I feel some heart palpitations going on here. I can't prescribe or diagnose, but heart palpitations can mean that you're feeling nervous about some things. You're having random bouts, okay, of anxiety, and you need to, again, better manage the energy, better manage your body infiltration systems, and be very mindful of buildup, okay, in the body that does not belong there, cleansing out. Epsom salt in the bottom of the shower for you would also be a good thing, where you're visualizing that anything that doesn't belong in your body is being pulled out through the bottom of your feet and washing away. All right, thank you. We're going to move on to Hunter. Hunter, what healing message do you guys have for Hunter? Hunter, you seem to be feeling as though you were running a long, long time. It's almost a reference of like Forrest Gump. It's like, run, Forrest, run. And like, Forrest never stopped running. Okay, even when he didn't need to anymore, he didn't stop running. Now that can bring benefits. That'll also bring burnout, no doubt about it. Okay, and that may be what we're looking at here. I'll get into it. The first part of this message, though, is that you have felt, and I do feel like some of this is a past life issue, where you were, and this isn't the past life readings show. I don't want to get too heavily into this, but you may have been literally chased by a dog, or you may have been put in a position where dogs were sort of manning you, babysitting you. Dogs were the wardens, right? It's this image of you being chased by a black dog and feeling like, if I don't keep running, And I don't just mean away from this dog. I mean forever. If I don't keep running, something's going to get me. This may have also turned into, and I have to fix TikTok as soon as I get comfortable. I have to fix TikTok. They give me this puzzle I have to do. So it's this idea that, you have, oops. I can't do it with my left hand. Did I fix it? I did. It's this idea here that you have also recognized lately that there may be some paranormal activity going on. The image of a black dog can also double as paranormal issues. This can be situations where you have been investing in work-wise, otherwise, but also with people, dealing with people who have paranormal issues, whether this be like attachments, possessions. This could all be coming to the surface and taking a bit of a toll if you're not careful about cleansing it out, getting rid of it. So two different things going on here with you, that you need to eliminate people that are, toxic. I mean, it's hard to eliminate all the people that are toxic, but we certainly don't have to let their paranormal problems that they have, mind you, because they've been feeding it. People don't end up with attachments and possessions and terrible karma on accident. They end up like that because they have repeatedly chosen wrong. Every single opportunity, pretty much, they are choosing wrong. So they are feeding the negative, and then it is able to feed off of them. It's an agreement. It's a contract. It's a them problem. Don't let it become a you problem. And whatever this is that you have been running from, I do think it's past life. Again, so this is a little bit of a complex healing message, but whatever it is in you that makes you feel like I got to keep going, I must hustle, I must stay on the run, you need to stop. You're done with that cycle. Okay. It's starting to really work against you. And it could be looking like burnout, but it could be looking like anything in that vein. All right, we're going to move on. Tanya Rivera said, thank you. You are so welcome, Tanya. Thank you for being here. Love and Beloved said, this is real. I've had 5 oral surgeries in the past 6 months. You said, okay. So this is, I read this was for Mindy, AKA Love and Beloved, where I said 5 things happened in a short period of time or something like that. I've had 5 oral surgeries in the past 6 months. You said I've recently had 5 hits. There they are. There they are. Oh my God, look at that. Good reminder for me to allow protector angels to baby me a little bit. Amazing. Thank you, Ivy. You're welcome. Yes, let them baby you. That's their job. That's their job. They come in almost feeling like, grandmas or fairy godmothers. They come in, they pamper you, let the healing happen. And Nature Calls You, AKA Mark, who I read earlier, said, I feel these changes coming also. You're right. I do tend to like to hang in the background, but not sure how much longer I will be able to stay there. Thank you, Ivy. Yeah, for sure not. Nope. But that's nice because those of us who do know how to hang in the background, we can learn a lot there. And then eventually, we're moved up out of there, and we could be the most stable, capable people to bring it to the forefront. So really interesting. It's almost like I'm psychic or something. You can't make this stuff up. You guys, that was amazing. Thank you for those testimonials. All right, we're going to move on to another one. This is Hazel on YouTube, AKA Miami Heat 305-ish. Okay, so Hazel, what healing message is coming through for Hazel? Okay. It's time for you to play a little bit. What they really want from you, and they're going to be a little hands off with you for a while. So the next few months, you may feel almost like, you're not hearing a ton from your angels. I mean, typically we don't. That's a good sign. Again, they come in when there are significant problems or big, massive changes, right? But I see you playing, and this is what they're recommending. Go out and be you. Play through what is you. So it's almost like sometimes we go out and we want to play with people because we want to make new friends. Sometimes we want to go out and play with people because we want to participate in a new hobby or learn something new. Sometimes we want to go out into the world and be playful because, I don't know, whatever. Okay. The point is, right now, what you're supposed to be doing is playing through the expression of you, playing through the expression of myself. I am here. I am high vibrational. I am whatever I am. You don't even have to define it. You don't have to care about that. That's for other people to enjoy. That's for other people to evaluate. But it's this sense of, it's almost like you've been hiding. It's like you've been hiding. You may have been really plain Jane, okay? Or like you may have been hiding aspects of your humor, your intellectualism, even your roots. You may have been just showing up very, poker faced or poker straight hair, or very like, when actually your hair is like curly and wild, and actually your personality is like really freaking hilarious and constantly sarcastic and making a lot of jokes. You have observational humor. You're really incredibly intelligent, and you're just sort of dumbing all of it down. I think you've been doing all of this because you have had some disappointments, I think, in people, and not even relationships. Just like, I feel like you're disappointed in the human race. I think you are also just deciding now that maybe it's the right time for you to kind of take a break from all the work and the self-development and the, labor within your contract and the, I'm learning these new things and I'm applying them and I'm holding the line. It's like, okay, I've done enough of that. Now it's time to play. That would be incredibly accurate, because it is actually within divine timing, and it is an order by the universe at different times to play. Okay, so it's not a suggestion. When the universe says it's time to heal or it's time to play, that's an order. You have to do that. So for the next few weeks, too, really, you should be out there playing with the world in celebration of who you are, revealing yourself and paying attention to how the world interacts with that. Okay, so it's kind of like, if especially with the humor, this may be a big thing for you, because sometimes you say something with your humor and you're like, oh, people got that joke? I'm not used to people getting my jokes. It's like the world's going to be interacting with you in a very different way than what it has in the past. So this is going to be fun, but it's healing time. Yep. Have fun. Tiffany Williams, what healing message? Somebody's bothering you. Somebody's giving you a headache. I mean, this almost feels like a migraine. Now, I can't prescribe a diagnosis, but I feel like my face is falling. I feel like my energy is falling. I feel like the pain is settling from here right down to here. And it's like you could have put a load of bricks on my head. It's like, and then I want to blame this person over here. So let's take a look at what's going on. I think that there is a series of situations or people that you could find yourself dealing with at this time that are deliberately looking to drain you because they're trying not to do their work. They're trying to get free labor out of you. They're trying to get you to do, whether it's the emotional lifting, the actual labor, it's more of the labor of communication. Okay, you're not getting paid for all this. I wouldn't do any of this. This is a let the chips fall where they may situation in your life where you may be dealing with masculine energies. You may be dealing with literal men. You may be dealing with one guy in particular. You may also be dealing with anyone in a position of power or authority where you have like shared resources of some kind, where you're having to say, no, just no, I'm not taking that on. I'm not doing that anymore. My feeling here, though, is that you've been doing it for so long. This could seem revolutionary to you. You deciding not to think about it mentally, take it on emotionally, take on the extra labor and communication, let the chips fall where they may, not respond. I'm not even going to respond. Rightfully so. This could be huge for you. This could be a totally different approach than what you've ever taken. And if you are dealing with this on a personal level, because I see some of that here as well, just know people don't respond well to that, and you should be prepared to protect yourself. I said what I said, and I'm going to hold the line, okay? Because people don't like these types of boundaries. The type of boundary you're setting here is saying, I'm not giving you any more free labor. So this affects them on many levels, and I think you're going to be seeing that very clearly. Good for you. Jess, 1199. Okay, Jess, a healing message for Jess. What healing message do we have for Jess? It's like you need to go camping. This is coming from I want to say your guardian angel watches over your mental and emotional well-being, and your protector angel watches over your physical health, your aura, your energy levels, just making sure that the body is up and running, that you don't have negative people around you and things like this. I feel like you need to get out into, nature in an immersion experience where maybe you are getting a cabin, or you are just, I doubt you're going out in a tent. I mean, Take It Out resonates, but here's the tricky thing about camping. Ugh. If you can't come out of the cabin to be in nature, it's sort of like, what's the point? It's, because you could do this in your yard. You could choose to just go to the nearest park and do this. It's about you being like barefoot. It's about hugging a tree. It's about sleeping in the grass. One of the most balanced people I ever knew was my grandfather, who would sleep on the lawn, any lawn, anyone's lawn, at any time, with little wood chips stuck on his socks. He would walk in his socks. He would not wear shoes. He was earthing constantly because he had PTSD and he was in the war and all this stuff. And he would just sleep. He would just sleep on the lawn. And he never slept in a bed. He would sleep on the floor no matter where he was. But if he could sleep on the grass, that was his preference. Still the most amazing man I've ever met. He somehow used nature every day to come out of a PTSD cycle. And I'm not saying you have PTSD, but there is this sense here of you being wired. And this could be anxiety. This could be a lot of other things, but you essentially need to learn to use the tools that the universe gave you, that God gave you. You chose to come to Earth as a spiritual creature, right? As a human being. And you're not utilizing the one most successful tool you have to cleanse, to stay rooted and grounded, to rejuvenate your energy, to recycle. I was watching this kid on TikTok the other day who made a joke about, we are food for plants. Plants are supplying us with oxygen only to eat us later. They're raising us up. They're farm animals. And I was like, damn, that's accurate, right? Why are you not part of the system and the cycle? Okay. So get out there. And if it's camping, that's fine. If it's your backyard, that's fine. If you want to bring more plants into the house, that'll do. But you have to start doing this on a daily basis. Okay. We're going to move on to another one. This is from Hunter. Oh, this is interesting. So this is a testimony from Hunter, who I read a minute ago. Yes. And I said something about the black dog chasing and it being connected to a past life. It's a longer storyline. Hunter says, I've always felt like I'm running from something. So thank you. Also, I had a dream that stuck with me of being chased by a black dog. That's interesting. I also find it funny that your name in this life is Hunter. Whether you gave that to yourself, your parents gave you that, like your birth name, but like your name is Hunter. I find that interesting. Okay. What does that mean? In regards to this? Being hunted, now you're the hunter. This is the point I'm getting at. But that's amazing. Thank you, Hunter, for sharing that. Hunter Santiago. All right. We're going to move on to Anna Pekka. This is, another question. Okay, so Anna has set this up tonight as a question, something you guys can certainly do. I think she's the first question we've actually gotten tonight, but any area that you need healing with. Okay, so Anna says, any messages that will help guide me regarding my career, change, and starting my own business over the next year? I am in preparation at the moment, but foresee me starting to integrate it within the next month. Okay, so the new business, and I do not have the name. So I'll just kind of run with whatever I'm getting. So Anna Pekka and the new business. What do we see? Any healing messages coming with that? I just heard don't forget who you are and have almost like objectives. It's going to be imperative for your success that you know exactly what you wanted to create. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to be stuck in your ways, that you're not going to be fluid, because at different times the universe will say to you, change this, alter this, focus here, reprioritize, zig and zag. Let's take this down off the shelf. You know, it's going to happen. It doesn't mean that you're going to be rigid, but it does mean that you know who you are in this. You know what you want to create or what you want to give, and that you are structuring everything in such a way where it's like, I'm getting closer and closer and closer to this ultimate thing. And keeping that ultimate goal in mind, okay, it's like your compass, it's like your star. It's your future self or future business, you know, future life. It's like, this is where I want all of this to head. Now, how exactly I get there, it may change from time to time, but the compass itself should not be shifting that much. Okay. This is requiring a little more examination out of you. I feel like in some ways with this business, you're not fully identifying maybe who you are. You're not identifying why you're called to do it. You're not identifying your storyline within it. There's nothing within our life contract, meaning what we sign on to before we come to Earth to do. And you guys can book a life contract reading at any time. It takes a full hour, okay? But it's up on my website. What did you come here to do? There is nothing within your life contract that isn't always going to be about your own experiences, the wisdom you have there, whether you've alchemized it fully or not. Okay. It's always going to come into play. And I'm not just talking this life, I'm talking your past lives as well. It's an accumulation. And you need to examine it a little bit more. So flesh that out, make sure you know what your compass is, because what's going to happen is as this starts, as it launches, it's going to rush you all over the place. You look like a ship out at sea with like, I don't know, this sail is torn and the other one's not going up and there's a freaking knot over here, but the wind's blowing and water's coming in and I can't even undo this knot. And it's like, wait, which way do I go? Which way do I go? No, we can't be having any of that. No. Okay. There's no need for it. So fix it now and it'll be easier later. But yeah, this looks good. All right. Thank you. We have another one coming up. And this is feedback from Jess1199, who I read a minute ago. Jess says, thank you. I live near lots of redwoods and have been getting out more often, but know I need to do this daily to just calm my mind and body down. I'm totally wired. LOL. Yeah, you really are. You remind me of me, but it's like I walk. So I walk like in the morning, I go down to the beach. Because I would love, are you on Cali? I don't know. I love it. But like, I'll go down to the beach. So I'll walk in the morning along the water and then I have to do it again at night or I'm nutty. Okay. Like I have to walk like 7 miles a day. Got to do it. Got to stay out in nature. Okay. Got to connect to that nature. What's really nice about nature, and I feel like this is a collective message for everyone tonight, is that it is the formula that was given to us. Now, you know, authoritarianism and capitalism and all this trash, right, is trying to take it away, of course. But it is the healing that is given to us as human beings. It's the same healing energy that animals are using all the time. And that's why they're so balanced. But it is, and look at how imbalanced they get the more we steal their nature away. Look at how wild and aggressive and irritable they're getting, and they're losing it, right? And they're dying off. We have to be in touch with nature because every day it is already prepared to just take out of us the stress, the imbalance, the toxicity, the impurities, what doesn't belong. It gets your head right. It gets your soul right. It gets your energy right. And you're not doing anything. You're just laying there. Like I said, my grandfather would just sleep on the lawn, you know, or you're walking or you're barefoot, right? You're hugging a tree. You're keeping trees and plants around you. You don't even have to work for it. It is not designed that we should work this hard to regulate ourselves, right? A lot of these imbalances and these disorders and these medications, all of that is just trash when you could just go outside and touch grass. Okay. But you have to do it. You have to do it. I want to do last call. So if anyone else wants to drop their donation to get their healing message, now is the time. This is last call. You can ask a specific question about an area of healing in your life. You can also just receive whatever healing message is coming through your guardian angel or your protector angel or both. You guys can book a reading at any time. Oh, okay. Jess said yes, south of San Francisco. I'm super jealous. Amazing, amazing. So you guys can also book a reading anytime. You go to Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com to get your healing, to get your reading. I do work internationally, and there are a lot of hours of availability. So if something doesn't fit, like you're in India, for example, you know, it may not work out for you, but you can also get a video reading as well, and that'll be sent right over to you. Just a reminder also, while you guys get the last of your messages in here, hold on a second. Mark says, if it's okay to do this in format, we would like an angel reading for our older cat, Grace, that seems to be feeling her age recently. Okay, let's see what's coming through. Mark wants Grace, okay, Grace's angels to come through. What healing message do you have for Grace? I feel like just that, you know, they're saying like just her name. Just her name says it all. Give her grace, give her time, give her space, give her warmth. I can't prescribe a diagnosis, but it does seem like her body temperature is dropping. So I haven't bought them. I'm not promoting them. I don't know. I have an actual heating blanket for my cat. Like I control the buttons. But they have these heating mats that came out recently for cats that are, I guess, self-activated. Again, I don't know how well they work, but you know, it does seem like her body temperature is dropping a little bit. Cats love heat. She wants to be warmer. If you catch her up at the top of the couch or right like over a heating vent or trying to, you know, lay more on like your feet or your legs, she knows you're not going to be moving much. She's really been trying to soak up that heat. Laying more in the sun. I mean, that's great. I feel like you have nice things positioned in windows for her so she can soak up the sun, but even more of that would be great. She does seem to be wanting more personal space. She doesn't want to be moved as much. She doesn't want to be pushed out of areas as much. She doesn't tolerate things like loud noise, like the TV as well as she used to. So she would prefer a little bit more quiet. She's becoming more mediumistic. I call it playing both sides of the fence as she's getting older. So she's seeing more spirits. You may see her watching things or staring and interacting with things. I think that it's coming down to treats. I think it's also watching her teeth, making sure that she's not having any irritation with the back teeth, or the back of the mouth, okay, and the gums. As long as we don't see irritation going on there, like trouble chewing or, you know, I'm not eating as much, I think we're going to be okay. But I do think that she wants to be warmer and she wants everyone to just kind of leave her alone longer, more opportunities to be in the sun or watch birds, watch nature. So, right, she's doing it. She knows the solution to what she wants is in nature. She's trying to get as close to nature as she could possibly get. So you'll see an increase with that. You know, I can't tell if these are other pets or if these are you guys, but I feel like everyone's trying to move her. It's like, I just got here. It's like, no, you've been sitting there for an hour, but you know, to her, it's like, I just got here. Why are you bothering me to get out of this space? You know, she's becoming a little bit more like, oh, why can't I just, you know, get my space? I don't know if it's real, but be mindful of it. Okay. And I think the most important thing with her is treats. Okay. So letting her have what she likes to eat. She may be getting a little chunky there. But whatever, you know what I mean at this point. And the warmth, the heat. So heat, treats, turn the volume down, let me linger longer. Okay. She's good. I also feel like when it's time, and this is coming from your guardian angel, your guardian angels, when it's time, you know, you'll know when it's time. And this may be her not getting to the bathroom, and this may be her having labored breathing and not moving around as much, kind of isolating herself and hiding away. You'll know it's time. Okay, to do what you need to do. Thank you for that. We do have a pet show coming up. I don't know if I have the next one booked, but you guys voted that in for the 2026 show lineup. Past life readings show, pet show. I'm going to do my lineup tonight and get my producers all lined up. So we'll be announcing all of those soon, but stay tuned. And do we have any more coming in? I think we're at last call. Okay. Tiffany from TikTok said, can you ask if I should be looking more into my intuition and empathic abilities or no? Okay. So Tiffany on TikTok, thank you. So Tiffany wants to know empathic ability and intuition. Yes, you should. This has been brewing really for 5 years, but intensely for the last 2 years, where your empathic ability hit like a level 3, 4. Check out my empathic awareness class. I'm putting up the new video that got filmed last night in the next 2 days. So, but it's already up there, the old version. It is about you understanding how to own energy, how to own your own energy, how to not accidentally absorb energy. Empathic ability is absorbing energy from people, spirits, objects, atmospheres, and it causes overwhelm, irritable bowel, headaches, sleep disturbances, anxiety disorders, bouts of depression. Okay, now I can't prescribe or diagnose, but all of these things will inhibit you. They will permit you from really being able to tap in with your intuition in a productive way that allows you to fully understand what's going on, to put it out in a productive manner, whether it's giving healing messages, it's giving readings, it's offering energy work to people. You know, it's start with the basics. It is start by owning your own energy first. And I think there is a lot of training and education that's required in order for you to get to a place where you're really utilizing all of the abilities that you have and feeling confident in putting them out. It also will require a lot more education so that your discernment is in place, so that you're not, you know, putting information out to people or giving healings to people that aren't so helpful. Okay, we have to understand what is high vibrational and what is low vibrational. And until you understand that and learn it officially for yourself, you know, we're not really ready to be doing that. So there is a lot more here. I do think that it liberates you. What your guardian angel is talking about here is that this liberates you. It makes your life more fun and it allows you to have freedom. So the amount of intuitive intelligence that you have and the amount of healing work or readings or whatever, however you want to give this out to other people, I think your ego doesn't even know how to measure this yet. Okay. I don't think you know how big this can be for you. The fact that it leads to your freedom is a big, big deal. Okay. A lot of fun too. Yeah. So it's time. 100%. Are we at time? I did want to announce church. Okay. So, while I don't like that word, I haven't come up with anything better than that. Okay. So we have Roots Revival service coming up on Sunday, and I am going to talk about the apocalyptic type experiences from 9/11 to other personal random experiences I have encountered in my life that I was able to escape by the skin of my teeth at times due to my own stupidity, but I was able to escape. So Sunday's service on the 15th is going to be how I survived apocalyptic times, sharp intuition. I'm going to teach you what you need to know, okay, about how to use your intuition in these very difficult apocalyptic times as we enter more heavily into the revolution. So tune in for that. You guys, if you need to book a reading, a psychic fair, a party, a healing with me, go to Ivy Rivera psychicmedium.com, and you can also click on spirit messages to receive this or gift it to anyone else. That's up on my website. Nature Calls You, aka Mark, says, yes, Grace, this is about the reading he just got on his cat. Yes, Grace is getting more annoyed when I move her. Yes, I wouldn't move her. Her favorite place is on my lap. So that happens whenever I need to get up. When she isn't able to be on my lap, she's been sleeping on the heater. Well, there you go. So you may think, oh, she really loves me. It's also that that's the hottest point of your body. So whenever we're outside and we're like maybe going to freeze, we're told to like either urinate on ourselves, right? Which sounds gross, but, or you put your hands right in your crotch or under your armpits. These are the heat points on our bodies. So cats know that. And I wasn't fully aware until this year of how much cats need heat and love heat. I thought it would be too much for my cats, but after I started using these heating blankets, you know, they're more willing to kind of get off of me and go to other sources of heat. But when they need it, they need it. And as they get older, or at least in Grace's case, I don't know, she's going to need more of it. That's why she's sitting right there. So get her a heating blanket. Just make sure you monitor what works for her. And again, I don't know about anyone in the comments who can let Mark know. Do those self-heating blankets for cats and dogs that just came out this year, do they work? I would love to know. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time. And thank you so much, Diana. Thank you to our angels. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Everyone, have a great night.